And by the way,
But you
I do have
stabbed him.
videos on her. I do have videos on her. As one mentioned, she's been suspended from the state of
Mm-hmm.
Texas and she's facing the federal penitentiary right now. She's in serious
Right.
trouble. So go ahead.
Which is kind of weird that she would be on camera, though. I would think you would really try to lay low.
Well, I mean,
But
what's Roland doing bringing her on?
she does realize, I don't know if y'all heard it, she made the victim is Karmelo.
Mm-hmm.
She made Karmelo the victim, even in that little opening, because the victim is Austin Metcalf.
And the question then becomes, did Austin put his hands on Carmelo first?
No. The question
That's not
is,
the question,
why are you...
yeah.
We're going to start this with looking at one of your friends. I know you love this guy. I know you love him.
Oh, no.
It's Roland Martin, man. We got to get Roland Martin up in here. All right, so Roland Martin, man, why does he always look, he just looks, so my argumentation is that this type of mentality really is kind of like a cancer, and it really eats you up from the inside out. They don't look like they have any joy, like they have anything that they're excited about life. Roland Martin, this looks like his face all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Roland Martin, you just, go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you go and look at the other side, Black conservative perspective, and the Hodge twins, and you know who I'm talking about, they're always in a jovial mood. Lady Luck
Always,
Club,
yeah.
she laughs constantly.
All the
She could be
time, yeah.
She could have severe back problem, and she's still going to be very jovial. And so you
These
see this disconnect where the people who are pushing the let's just call it the Black supremacy or whatever you want to call it, they're always angry, they're always bitter. And what the message that they're sending is, if you're young, there's no point in even trying. You know, the white man's already got you. He's got the system rigged. Why even try? Whereas the other side is, no, man, there's nothing stopping you from being a success except yourself. And so you end up with a completely different character. I mean, Greg Foreman, Black conservative perspective.
Yeah,
I'd
I love Greg.
I'd love to have him as a neighbor. Rashad Ritchie? No. Rashad is not coming over to any of my barbecues. Nope.
You never invited him over? So let's see, Roland. Let's see, because I want to talk about his guest. He has a guest on that I really think is a joy. All right, let's go.
Joins us now from Dallas. So, okay, explain that, which is quite confusing. That is, he tells the officers that he put that Austin touched him first. Students say that Austin shoved Carmelo first, but it's Carmelo's fault?
So So this is a very interesting one, because they're trying to re-adjudicate this in the barbershop. This is the Monday morning quarterbacking around the water cooler or in the carpool line, whatever you need, an analogy you need, because they're trying to re-adjudicate this thing as if it had not already been determined by 12 jurors. But let us continue.
Well, before you say that, continue though. There's nothing confusing about this at all. Yes, it's quite possible for the scenario that he just laid out to be true.
Because you know why? Because Austin pushed him, Austin touched him, and notice what he did. He pushed or touched. You stabbed him back. Like there's not a 1-for-1 comparison here, my guy. We're not talking about a one. Now, if you had said you punched him back, I think everybody would probably have agreed that was in kind, or at least a similar. He met the force with the same type of force, or met the threat with the same kind of force.
And by the way,
you stabbed him.
Videos on her. I do have videos on her. As one mentioned, she's been suspended from the state of Texas and she's facing the federal penitentiary right now. She's in serious trouble. So go ahead.
Which is kind of weird that she would be on camera, though. I would think you would really try to lay low.
Well, I mean, what's Roland doing bringing her on? I mean,
Roland brought Tiffany Henyard on there, and she lied to him, and he just sat right there and listened to it. So,
but at least it was known that he brought her on because the fact that she was notorious, right?
Correct.
He's bringing her on as an expert.
That's a good point.
She's supposed to be credible.
That's a good point. All right, you got me. You got me. Let's go.
Roland, that's ridiculous. And that's the issue that we're having with the coverage in this particular trial. The law does not state it becomes the victim's fault of an initial assault because the person pushed them, but before they pushed them had words. Words do not equate to a person having the right to touch you unless the individual may have initiated a threat of your life. But that's not the case here. That's the contradictory that we have been experiencing with this particular trial or with this coverage is the foolery of victimizing the individual that had to protect themselves.
Okay.
Well, you do.
Go ahead.
She does realize, I don't know if y'all heard it, she made the victim is Karmelo.
Mm-hmm.
She made Karmelo the victim, even in that little opening, because the victim is Austin Metcalf.
But
and if you play it, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If you play it correctly, it makes perfect sense that Karmelo should be in jail. But she made Karmelo the victim. Mm-hmm. And that's not exactly what happened. Go ahead, man.
Well, she's also complaining that words should never incite violence. Really? A word should never incite violence? Look who's talking. They are into that fighting words thing, right? They are into that, absolutely. Oh, yeah, he said that word. But all of a sudden now, when Karmelo says a word, that can't be it. I mean,
we've been doing the Tyler Robinson case. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, Charlie Kirk is only guilty of using words, whether you like them or not, whether they're spicy words or painful words or meany words. He was only using words. Tyler Robinson's response to that was met with a completely inappropriate amount of force. Just something to think about. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you have people, you got white supremacists, Matt Walsh and others, they have been writing this. He goes, Anthony went into a tent where he didn't belong, was told 15 times to leave and refused, then pull out.
Why did you stop at Anthony went into a tent that he did not belong? Like what? Mm-hmm. At no point, I'm sure Roland Martin would not let you or me, Johnny Walker, into his house and just say, we're just going to stay there. This young lady here, they would not let you or me just come up in her crib and just stay there. Like you would expect them to leave. Go ahead.
Use a closer example. If you're at a farmer's market and you have your booth and you're selling stuff, does the person from the other booth get to walk in behind in your booth and walk around and stuff? Well, no, it's still public property. Fair. I set up a tent. I have an old vintage car and I set up a canopy, very much like what they set up there. And if somebody came in underneath it and just sat down, I would probably ignore it. I mean, be honest with you, but I might be inclined to say, hey, get out of here. What are you doing? You didn't ask me. If you'd have asked me nicely, then I wouldn't have I'd have no problem with it. But you can't so you're using my equipment, even though it's on public property, you use my equipment without permission. So I understand why Austin got a little rankled about it. I mean, I get it.
And being the fact that, again, whatever the location, you're not supposed to be there. And for me, and I've brought this up, I don't understand. I've always been kind of befuddled by this. Why do people fight to be somewhere where they're not invited or wanted? I've never been able to understand that. If you don't want my money, AKA business owner, if you don't want my money, AKA restaurant owner or hotel owner or whatnot, innkeeper, why am I going to fight to use your services? Why not just go somewhere where I'm wanted? That makes no sense to me. But let's let Roland tease us out.
A knife and stab someone to death. Not only is he clearly guilty in the self-defense claim of total force, he should be facing the death penalty, first-degree murder. Again, this is the stuff they're throwing out there. But the reality is, was it the other young man who was stabbed and killed? Wasn't Austin told by the coach not to even show up?
Where did this come from?
And that's another.
Had you heard that?
I've heard it. It does not sound truthful, and it has no bearing on anything. You can't stab a guy just because he wasn't, invited to be there, right?
Right. Like that still doesn't make any sense. But see, they're going to try everything. I call it lyrical gymnastics or phonetic pretzel twisting to try to find some way to make this gentleman, Karmelo, not guilty. Some way, shape, or form. Let's see how they tease it out.
Another confusing issue, because let me just say this, because they like to say that he was told. A child cannot tell you to move. A child does not have the right or authority to tell you to go anywhere. No coach told Karmelo that he was not allowed to be under there while it was raining. And on that day, there was a tornado watch. So you, Austin, and anyone else that was
you live in Oklahoma. I'm sorry. I should have said you live in Las Vegas, Oklahoma.
Las Vegas, Oklahoma.
Right. You all know a little thing or two about twisters. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, plenty. I used to go on the chase back in the day, but we just had 80-mile-an-hour winds. Just
oh my gosh!
Ago. So
let me make sure I got it right. You had a tornado watch, so that means that there's a possibility that a tornado could pop up. Is that fair? And
right. A
tornado watch.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the solution is to be under a rickety pop-up tent to protect you from the tornado watch.
You're not even supposed to go under overpasses.
Okay. Well, there we go. I mean, that makes sense. That woman just said that as if that would protect you from a tornado. If it were that bad, that would have been the protection. The tent. And we'll see the tent in a moment too, but that would be that protection, man. Shout out.
Was a child had no authority to tell anyone to leave. But when we're talking about the statements that are being made that said that the coach told Austin not to be there, it's 6-7 right now, because they're either we know, because I did not hear that testimony for that coach saying that he was not allowed to be there, because there were text messages of this particular coach that was entered that said that he needed Austin to be a leader. So it's real fuzzy on that area. I don't even know if it came out in the trial that he was supposed to be there or he wasn't.
Well, and again, it's.
I'm gonna give her credit. At least she admitted that she knows that information, the whole Austin wasn't supposed to be there narrative, was not a part of the court transcript. And at least she's admitting that. I'm gonna give her that credit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's not relevant, and the problem is that she's saying credible things here because she knows that people know what was said, right? So she can be disproven.
Absolutely.
That's about the only sensible thing that she said throughout this entire ordeal. But ultimately, it comes down to, did Karmelo perceive a serious, deadly threat, serious bodily harm? That's it. And, I mean, whether Austin was supposed to show up or not has no bearing on anything. He doesn't have the authority to tell me what to do. That doesn't mean I get to stab him.
Because they're basically justifying it. Well, because he wasn't supposed to be there, therefore Karmelo stabbed him. He didn't have authority, therefore Karmelo stabbed him. You do realize that these things are really stupid reasons for justifying. Again, just admit it. Karmelo did what was wrong. Karmelo killed Austin Metcalf, and where Karmelo is exactly where he needs to be. That's it. It's okay.
All of this sort of back and forth, what just stands out is this whole idea of Austin approaching him and telling him he needs to go. He doesn't have the authority to tell anyone they need to go. And the question then becomes, did Austin put his hands on Karmelo first?
No. The question is, why? That's not the question. Why are you not asking the logical question? Why was Karmelo still under the tent after 15 times of being admonished to leave? Like, why did he want to be there? What was the purpose of being there if you clearly were not wanted there?
Right.
What's the purpose of that?
And the prosecution is not denying that Austin probably put his hands on Karmelo first.
Right. Nobody said that. Right.
Yeah. So what?
I think they said that. They said he pushed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But after a great deal of antagonization, like you bees, you ain't about nothing, you ain't gonna do anything, touch me and see what happens. So yeah, he did push him, but remember, he pushed him, and then Karmelo stabbed him. Let's not forget that part. Let's not let that get lost in the weeds. Okay.
Or did he? Maybe it was his brother. We'll get to that.
Oh my gosh. You're not opening up the multiverse, are you? Yeah. You're not opening up the multiverse, are you? Oh yeah.
That's the ultimate question, because what they also don't want to talk about is the weight difference. Karmelo is 130 pounds. Austin was 230 or a little over 230 when he attacked Karmelo. That's 100 pounds heavier. Also, they don't want to talk about Hunter participating, the brother who's alive, the other bully, participating in targeting Karmelo to tell him to leave. So when you put the body composition of these two big boys, that's over 400 something pounds, to a African-American boy that's 130. So when you look at that and then you're telling someone that they have to go when you have no authority, that is because in their home, they tell them they get to.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Now they're about to tell you what goes on in their house, man. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, man.
Okay. So I went for 1 year to Jenks High School near Tulsa.
Okay.
It's those players on that team are big. You're not
grass fed.
You're not playing at 130 pounds. Karmelo's team in Texas is 5A. That's a big school.
You're right.
He's not playing at 130. And if you look at it, where did they get the 130 from? It was from his driver's license. What is the cop going to do? He's going to get the driver's license and he's going to write down what? Height, weight, and all that kind of stuff. But
I got my driver's license right here.
Yeah.
And my driver's license is a straight lie.
Well, Karmelo would have got his license as soon as he turned 16, because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You turn 16. That was 2 years prior.
Good point.
And I think he probably grew a bit. He was about 165 pounds. And all of a sudden, Austin gets bigger and bigger every time.
Austin is a giant, man. Austin is a giant.
Karmelo was taller, and Austin was probably about 215. He was no 230.
It doesn't matter, though. To me, it doesn't matter. Like his size, his weight, because you haven't proven to me that any of those things, those physical altercations that y'all have hypothesized and came up with and fan fictioned, you haven't proven that actually happened. All I know is what the witnesses said. All I know is what the video looks like is pretty clear. Austin pushed him. Karmelo stabbed him. Within a mere 3-4 seconds, his life changed. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.